When I was young, before the war started in 1983, I think Southern Sudan was one of the happiest places of all.
I think the conflict has changed almost every aspect of the human life in the Sudan.
During the first few years of war, and I was in Malakal at the time, and I will see what other people will do to other human beings just because, they happen to be from Southern Sudan. They will be beaten badly. I mean, people will be killed in front of us.
What I remember very well at that time was fear. Fear was very, very intense.
Anu gaadhay ruuxantii dagaalku markuu bilaabmay qaraxyo fara badan baa dhacay magaalada waxba lama kala maqlahayn meel kasta madfac baa ka boodayo ka dhacayay.
Well, there was a problem of going anywhere because the planes were attacking everything that moves, and as everybody was trying to move out of the town, they were following them. Even and the most horrible thing was that when people move out of town, there are no shelters, there are no places to hide. So they just come after them and then they start bombing them. And they were just flying from this airport.
People went through a very difficult time, through wars, refugee camps, and they changed.
I think it took out a lot of humanity from us.
War in the Sudan becomes part of their life.
Waa la isrushaynayo waxyaabo fara badan oo dad dhimanaya wax ku dhacay manarkeynay isla markaa waxaan ku gaarnay xaalad aad u xun oo ku sugan
aad iyo aad wax looga naxaa marka burbur badan baa meesha ka dhacay burbur badan baan u soo taagnaa dad dhimanayaan u soo taagnaa wax badan baan u soo taagnaa dad badan baan dhaawac ku saarnay diyaaradda.
I was coming back to the country which I was born there. My uncle was tortured and then you ask the guy where is your father? Oh, my father died during the struggle. It makes things much more difficult to accept. So it's not like any post-conflict environment. It's your own post-conflict.
It's very easy to start violence. Containing it is very costly. Even in Somaliland, we are still dealing with the effect of the war.
Everything was destroyed, and the social structure was also part of those things that has been destroyed.
noloshaasi nolol aan laga sheekayn karin ayay ahayd aniga xaggayga nolol adag ayay ahayd.
Then it's come back in Hargeisa. It's everywhere. It's destroyed, no houses, and no facilities like hospitals and light and water.
There was a huge cultural difference from when I left the country. The culture was totally different. I came back with a lot of wounded people. I also came back with people really got tougher. There was a lot of challenge.
And I was actually a bit shocked when everybody was telling me that I'm glad that you haven't seen this. I mean, we are very sorry that your dad passed away, and I'm very sorry, but I'm glad that you were not here, and welcome back.
When one is away from home for so long, you have to change. I thought I have not changed, but once I come back in here, I realized that I have been changed.
I don't know what I'm doing in the United States. I have a good life there, but if I really want to make money, I feel like I can make more money here than the States because the opportunity here is just open. If you have a little capital and if you have the guts to stay here long enough, I believe you can produce.
marka adeegyadii bulshada kale iskuuladii baa la yabyabay daasadaha yar yar ee qaxooti caanaha laga dhameeyay caruurtii ku fadhiisteen
halkan waxa dub u manage gareeyay waa dadweynaha Soomaalidu waxa weeye waxaan nahay anagu dad iscaawiya ama dad iskood isu samafala ama dad isku dul noolba oo parasite isku ah
dawladda dhalan doonta ayaa taasina waxay nagu yar noqotay qaadan waa yar oo waxaanu ka jeclayn in iyagu inta wax noo soo kabaan laakiin aan xukuumadda noo qaban ee dusha naga ilaaliyaan anaguna aan xukuumadii qabanno dadka iyagu soo halgamay.
The people when they come back now
Actually, and there's some complaint now started from the local people, and they're saying, and sometimes the diaspora people have been overtaking us. And if you see the cabinet now, so many diaspora people from the cabinet now has been appointed from the new government. And the local people sometimes they saying, why? And we're still here, we've been here, and those who come back, they just overtaking our positions, we're waiting for that long.
siyaad barre wuxuuna baray baa nagaga daran.
waxaan u arkaa waddankaygu inuu hadda xaalad aad u wanaagsan marayo hadday tahay doorashooyinka dhacay iyo isbedelada dhacay ee dhici weyday haddii ay tahay nabadda sida ay u socoto ay ku dhisan tahay annagana dhalinyaro maadaama aan nahay nabadda dalka iyo dalka horumarkiisa wax noogu xidhan yihiin waxaan rajaynayaa annaguna mustaqbal fiican heli doono.
We have a very, very important and critical role to play, all the Southern Sudanese who've left.
When we went to Cuba, we were sent by this movement, SPLA, SPLM, during the war in the 1980s. We were sent by this movement as a student to go for school, and so that tomorrow we can be the leader of this country.
I left Khartoum to Egypt, and from Egypt I get a scholarship from Southern Baptists to allow me to go to Lebanon to stay over there.
I went to Addis Ababa, and while there, I was able to meet many Southern Sudanese. And the life that they are leading in Addis actually forced me, I shed tears.
Yala biga zaman biga salam ja biga nasa zere biga asanta bisi vele daktat labara lazim data fi vele dak biga sanasta ibin nas gaidin al mehim fi vele do.
Why should somebody allow himself to suffer here? Why not choose to die? If at the end of the day going to join the movement is dying, why not die with some honor than die here in that situation?
Ai igbalongi hayala bot ko pirni kanago ke dare I jurngini I moglo pengat bora po ko ta ko pirten kase korese ko bangin doto esi.
Those in diaspora should come back, including my children. Yes.
It's like America is my second home. Because if America didn't help us to be like we are now, you couldn't go back to Sudan.
The average Southern Sudanese, they're always very happy, very proud when they see their children coming back from other countries. But they're the elite. They're usually not happy. They view you with suspicion. They think that you're coming to take their jobs. In fact, I've been told many times, where were you during the time of war? You're one of those who ran away, and now you're coming back. What do you think you're gonna offer to the country?
I think there is now a conflict of cultures. You see, people who have gone out, they have adapted some different cultures and whatever. So they come down here and then they start to have, the people here have a different way of living. So there is now this conflict of cultures, and then people start to look at these people as these people who have been out, and then those who are coming from out, they look down at these people. These are like still backward people.
Haven't given up so much, and haven't sacrificed so much. I may feel the same thing. I may feel resentment towards those who left the country and went away, but I try not to allow that to discourage me, because when I look at it, it's not about getting a political post or even being employed by the government of South Sudan, but it's what I can do to make life better for somebody who lives in some village in Akobo where my dad grew up.
When you're educated, you raise your voice, people will hear you, they will know you're not just a woman. If someone can share an idea, can share an opinion, they can give an opinion, can give something solid, can help the country. So I'm very lucky to be part of this group, part of this country, and part of this society.
Honestly, for us who have stayed here, and I'm sure for those who have been also in the fighting zones, everybody is traumatized. All of us are traumatized.
Our cultures are so affected, because you will find a lot of people who have been I mean, people get scattered. They come back. I've seen a lot of Sudanese who are unable to speak in their native languages because of the war. And it's always very difficult because a lot of culture is transmitted through the language.
Obviously, there are a lot of challenges. It's not easy, for example, to just leave my family behind to go back. But my conviction is that, like it said in the Bible, to whom much is given, much is expected.